Hi, I'm already back. I told y'all I was not going to be long, and hey, I'm even wearing the same shirt. Yeah, I'm recording the same night. Yeah, I told y'all I got done with Cirque du Freak fairly quickly. Like, literally, I just gave up on The Walking maybe a week and a half ago. I read Tunnels of Blood, got through it real quickly, and then I finally got to what I've actually been kind of looking forward to, because I told myself, I quit reading anime in the middle of trying to read your books, because it's distracting, especially because there's some books like Cirque du Freak I was really getting into at points. I'm just like tearing through it. Which is actually a good thing, because I wanted to devote a lot of time to this. Tsubasa number Reduce, Volume 2. I was actually looking forward to this because I thought the first book, or the first volume, I gotta keep calling it book, people, I'm sorry, I was talking about a book, so now book's on the brain. Yeah, I was actually looking forward to this because the first one I was like, wow, that was pretty good setup, I want the rest of the story. And lo and behold, this actually holds up pretty well. It begins the actual action of the entire series of, I can't remember this poor kid's name, and I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I'm so terrible with different, oh, Soyoran. Sayoran. I am probably still butchering his poor name, I am sorry. He's the guy from Card Capture Sakura, who he's trying to save in this. Oh, God. Words, Japanese names. Oh, thank God those, whatever that Japanese food I tried the other day didn't have actually like Japanese names. Me trying to figure it out. Nope, don't know. Yeah, I was actually looking forward to seeing what was going to come about when it came to dealing with his Kudan, as I mentioned, and they even pictured on here. And I was going to say, alright, well, I'm guessing these other two guys are with him. Guy who pretty much I always keep calling Koga in my head, even though it's not his name. And then also the magic guy, I can't even remember his name. That's a bad part. Some of these guys' their names are kind of just like running together. So I'm like, that guy? Is it that guy? Is it this guy? I don't know. Some of these are easy to remember people, and some of them I'm just kind of like, Yeah, sorry to be flipping through. I'm like sitting there like, okay, what was their names? What was their names? Who's this guy? Who's that guy? It's like, no, I don't remember it. No. Yeah. I was curious to see what we're going to do by moving forward in this story. And it does what you expected. The two other gentlemen there was Sayoran. I'm going to butcher his name. I'm sorry, everybody. But they eventually get their own Kudans. And the guy who I constantly call Koga, even though that is not his name, it's like Koga or Kurogashime or something like that. It's something looks sort of like Koga, and that's the reason why I kept calling Koga in my head. And unfortunately, it's stuck. It's in there and it won't come out. But yeah, eventually they both have their own Kudans that they're able to summon forth from them. Though they really don't explain how they try to explain the Kudans, which is never a good thing. Just let them be magical, or let them be... They could have explained it, maybe it's a mistranslation or something, but they try to explain it's like, oh, well, it's actually gods and all this and that. It's like, I believe what it was, probably in the original Japanese text, was that, oh, these are actually the spirits of the people within themselves. That'd actually be kind of a neat idea. And it's kind of... That belief actually makes sense when you run it against some of the things that happen. And such as they get kidnapped by this one lady. She's like a pop star. Her name is Pramila-chan? Pramila-chan? This young lady. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher her name because it's in a weird combination of letters. It just doesn't make sense in my brain. Yeah, we get introduced to her. She has her own Kudan and all this. And we also see the magic guy be able to get his own Kudan and show off his abilities. And thankfully, their Kudans actually make sense to each other. Nothing against Saorin, but his does also make sense in and of itself, with the fact that he has a fire dog in all essences, because he has a fiery, you know, passion to save Sakura or restore her memories. With that, we get some pretty interesting fights, except for there's one major downfall that I noticed a little bit at the end of the other one, but to be fair, most of the first book was a lot of setup. But then there, in this book, I'm in fact just going to show you a good example. I mean, there's so many, like, good parts, but, I mean, look at this. I mean, maybe this doesn't do justice here, but I mean, it's a mess. I mean, the artwork is really good, but whenever they decide to go in this action, everything looks like it just kind of ends, like the artist forgot to draw certain parts. In fact, Pramila-chan, the big deal with her Kudan is its words or something? I don't know. Because the artwork is so, it just doesn't make sense in certain contexts. I can't tell what's what. In fact, at one point, Saorin, I'm about to call him Sakura, that's alright, his fire dog thing fights against this one other guy who appeared randomly at the end of the first volume, who had a water pretty much bird thing. I couldn't tell you his water bird thing was in the shot or throughout the panel. I was like, okay, they're saying that his Kudan's doing something, but I don't see anything. I'm sitting twisting around. And that's a problem. I mean, I could get you Trinity Blood that I have over there. Oh, and if any of y'all have Volume 2 of Trinity Blood that you want to sell me, I will buy it from you. I can't find the second volume of Trinity Blood. I will buy it from you, do a review of it instantly and tell you, because I am so looking forward to it, and I can't find it. But yeah, we have these battle sequences that are between these two guys, and I can't tell what's going on. And I know some people are like, well, the more important thing is the story. Yeah, it is, but you can't have battle sequences that are nigh intelligible of what's happening. Again, Trinity Blood is a perfect example of good battle sequences are not, you know, drawn haphazardly. They're not drawn so much with so much squiggles and so much blackness and darkness throughout it that I can't tell what's happening throughout the entire panel. I mean, hell, even Inuyasha in its worst points. And I was reviewing early Inuyasha. That's, I mean, this is like early 2000s, late 90s. Pardon me. And it didn't even have that bad of artwork. And I'm not trying to say this is just really bad, because maybe it's an aesthetic issue, but I don't know. It doesn't help. I'm a little bit spoiled by Western comic book artists, especially people who like Jim Lee, who usually can draw some really good stuff. And it's just, I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like, this is just convoluted. It's chaotic to the point to where it's impossible to tell what's going on. Hell, Akira Toriyama didn't even do anything that shitty, and you know, he tried to make sure it's like, oh, this can look weird, or, you know, you can see these blasts, but have them characterized, have something that can tell the difference, or, you know, you can see what's actually happening, not just stuff on your pages. And that's a problem with this book. It's like, I would say this particular volume, it is the more exciting now of the two. Nothing against the first volume. It's just a lot of setup and a little bit of action. And that can bog down a first volume. You need to have some spice with it. It's like a good steak that they kind of underseasoned a bit. This one is like a good steak that they put a little too much extra stuff on. It's like, oh, we're going to put all the best seasonings just the right amount. Oh, awesome. All right, we're going to put some butter. All right, cool. That's perfect. All right, we're going to put some chives on. I don't need the chives, but we're also going to throw some cheese. I like cheese. I don't need... Then we're also going to put this on. Stop. That's really what this feels like. It feels like there's too much going on. Especially, like I said, whenever they're battling Pramila-chan, which it's an entire chapter throughout this volume, I feel like I'm not able to tell what's really going on. I just see stuff flying. And I'm like, I think this is supposed to be exciting. I think I'm supposed to care about this, but I kind of can't. I mean, look, this is one of her attacks. It's just words. Just words. And it's like, seriously, this is her thing? And then the next page is this. Just a big old explosion. Why? I don't know. I'm confused by it. I'm really confused. And that's the reason with Tsubasa Volume 2, I really liked it, and I really was conflicted with it throughout the entire thing. Well, I shouldn't say the entire thing. It's like 60% action, 40% actual story and dialogue. And that 40%, it's really damn good. It's very interesting. You get to see some really heart-rending moments between Sayori and Sakura, which, hey, spoiler, they get back one of her memories, and she's able to at least wake up, because she was in a coma after this thing that happened. Why, I don't know, but it's manga, let's go with it. Damn it, leave it alone, don't try and figure it out. And she wakes up, she doesn't know who Sayori is, and he loves her, but he, you know, he's not crying just because he doesn't want to upset her or anything like that. It's touching as all hell. It's really well done. But then you have action that I can't tell what's going on. And I'm like, it makes action feel hollow. And that's a big problem. You can't have the action feel so pointless. You can't have it feel like I shouldn't be watching this. You know, I shouldn't be reading this. It feels like it really should just be something told to me that, hey, this is happening. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has some of those same problems. They can sometimes dip a little too far into the let's have a lot of bombastic shit happening. And because of that, you're just seeing like energy attacks and stuff like that. And it's really confusing. This seems to suffer from just the problem of we're just doing stuff. And sometimes I can't always get behind it. And that's the problem. It's not enough to get me to quit reading this book. I'm still going to search out for Volume 3 because I was looking and I don't think I have Volume 3. Which is sad because I actually was enjoying this quite a bit. But if this artwork continues to be as just really, really, really bad as it can be, and I don't get a relief, you know, I don't get more of a focus on story. I would prefer a 55% story, 45% action. I would much prefer that, or even in smaller doses, especially on this, because we do have really damn good storytellers here. But if I don't get enough to offset that bad-looking action, I don't know if I can finish the series, and I really want to. I want to see how it ends. And so, please try to spoil. I know people are like, I'm an asshole anyway, I don't care. But yeah, well, you know what? Here's another example of, this is a scene that should be really, really tremendous. This is Sayori getting a memory for Sakura from within his Harakudan. Tell you this much, I can barely tell you that is what happens. I only know that because they said so. I mean, I can barely see Sayori and all that. It's like, just a little less. That's all I ask. I just want a little less. But it's like who cares? But oh well. It is what it is. I'll check it out, see what's going on. But hey, I will still say, if you like the first one, you're going to enjoy the hell out of this one. I wouldn't... In fact, you could almost skip out on the first one. The only thing it really sets up is Sakura has her memories taken away, and Sayori has to go back and go get them for her, along with 2 companions. But, I mean, if you can just follow that, you can probably jump in right here. Maybe some of y'all are a little bit more tolerant of the art than I am, but the art does need to pick up a little bit. At least in terms of the action. I just want a little less, stop. I mean, it'd be like if I waved my hand in front of the camera for like an hour. Y'all would fucking kill me. But yeah, that's Tsubasa. I'm gonna go find the third one. See if the artwork picks up a little bit better or something. Because it's hard to get into a store whenever the artwork just blows. So, hey, I will see y'all the next time, whenever the hell that's going to be. I am currently reading a actual novel. I'm reading Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie. So far I'm enjoying it, but I'm 7 pages in, so... Yeah, when I said I finished this like Sunday. Here's something. It's been very recent. I just finished this book. So, yeah, I will see you all then whenever I finish that, or maybe I might grab a... I have an earlier volume of Inuyasha. I'm thinking about reading that at the same time, just because Anne Leckie, then against her, just... I feel like I could maybe stray for like a couple days, go read some Inuyasha, you know, blow through it, give you another review sooner. Or something, at least. So, hey, Inconsistent Bookworm, I got at least 2 reviews for y'all. They're going to be really close together, so see you all later, people.